Hey, first grade, happy Tuesday. Today we are going to do another math lesson focusing on comparing word problems. So I want you to go ahead and pull out what you remember from yesterday, and we're going to build on it with a little bit of practice and go right into our problem set so that we can make sure we remember how to break down and understand our word problems. Let me go ahead and pull up my PowerPoint for the day, and we will get started with our objective. So our objective for today is I can solve comparison word problems just like yesterday. I'm going to go through a few. So our first one, you can see that I have a tape diagram here. This is one from yesterday. If you can think back, what was the story that went with this tape diagram from the last lesson? See if you can remember. I'm going to think if I can remember too. There was a lot of word problems we did. All right. Oh, I remember. This was the one where we were comparing how many more letters Nikhil wrote than Rose. And I can remember that just because I can see the work, and the work's really clear. There's labels, and they have a really good word problem, a number sentence, so that I can see what the mystery number was. And they found that mystery number of 4. And Nikhil wrote 4 more letters than Rose. A complete sentence really helped me get my brain on track. So now that you can see a good picture of a tape diagram and our word problem, go ahead and see if you can get ready with me for today. So I have more problems for you. I have Rose wrote 8 letters and Nikhil wrote 4 more letters than Rose. How many letters did Nikhil write? Let's see. Well, I have the work right in front of me, right? If Rose wrote 8 letters, Nikhil wrote 4 more, well, I can see right here that Nikhil would have written 12. Okay? So in the last lesson, we had to subtract to find the difference between the numbers or letters. So what did we have to do this time? Right, we added. So what we had to do was we had to do 8 plus 4 got me to 12, and 12 was the total. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the strategy that we've been talking about to work on a few more word problems today. So if Ben solved 8 math problems and Robin solved 4 more problems than Ben, how many problems did Robin solve? So I'm going to use my tape diagram and linking cubes to go ahead and draw these real quick. So I know that Ben solved 6 math problems and Robin solved 4 more problems. So when I start drawing this right now, I'm going to say Ben, I know there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And Robin is going to have this whole part right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know I want to answer how many more problems did Robin solve? Well, Robin had the same amount of 6 and then added the 4 more. So if I count them, I know that this was 6. I can count on 7, 8, 9, and 10. So 6 plus 4 equals 10 problems. So that lining them up and really taking the time to understand was helping me be able to just draw that picture, and my work gave me the answer. So let's do a couple more real quick. So Tamira found 12 ladybugs and Willie found 4 fewer ladybugs than Tamira. How many ladybugs did Willie find? All right, so I know, let me draw this. We're going to draw a tape diagram, but I know I need to use what I know to compare them and draw that first. So I know I have 12 ladybugs for Tamira, and Willie had 4 fewer. So fewer means less. I'm going to subtract. So I know Tamira had 12. Let's see if I can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 11, 12. Okay, and I know I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, and I know that Willie's will stop for fewer, so I'll make it this big. 1, and I'll line up the lines. Just like that. Okay, so how many ladybugs did Willie find? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Willie found 8 ladybugs. So I can use this comparison to help me with my tape diagram, okay? So this tape diagram I know is going to be as long as Tamira's because Tamira had the most, and it's going to stop right here that Willie had the 8 ladybugs, and I know that there were 4 fewer, and in all, Tamira had the most of 12 ladybugs. So I can answer my questions really easily by using a comparison picture and then putting it into a tape diagram, okay? So my answer is how many ladybugs did Willie find? Willie found 8 ladybugs, and I can use what I already knew from Tamira to go ahead and subtract. I did 12 minus the 4 from this end right here, left me with the part that Willie had, which was 8 ladybugs. Don't forget your labels and boxing your mystery numbers, okay? So what I need to do next is we are going to do one more before we move on to our practice set today, our problem set. So this one says Maria found 9 flowers in the garden and Kiana found 12 flowers. How many more flowers did Kiana find than Maria? So I'm going to skip my picture of a tape diagram today, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw my picture. I know that Kiana had the largest number of 12. So I know in all there's going to be 12. And I know that Maria found the 9 flowers. So I can say right here, this is 9 flowers for Maria. And then I can say, oh, 9, I need to count on 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, the missing part, or the how many more flowers that Kiana found than Maria was 3 flowers. So 3 flowers is how many more. So my number sentence would say 12 that Kiana found minus the 9 that Maria found, and I can find the difference between the two numbers by counting on from 9 to 12 or counting backwards from 12 to 9 to get 3 flowers. Okay, so we should be able to answer the question that we are underlining. How many more flowers did Kiana find than Maria? She found 3 more flowers. So I hope this is a good refresher for you. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and move on to our problem set. Remember, read the problem and draw a tape diagram or a double tape diagram and label it. So that's like these comparisons where they start at the same starting point, and then you line up the ending point to go ahead and draw your tape diagram on another one, okay? So you can use your pictures to help you draw a tape diagram, and then write a statement with a number sentence. So the first one, I'll read them to you again, and you can pause it if you don't have your packet to work on them. And again, reach out to your teachers if you have any questions. Number 1, Nikhil baked 5 pies for the contest. Peter baked 3 more pies than Nikhil. And how many pies did Peter bake for the contest? So use what you know to answer the question. Number 2, Emmy planted 12 flowers. Rose planted 3 fewer flowers than Emmy. How many flowers did Rose plant? So use what you know from Emmy to go ahead and answer this question. Number 3, Ben scored 15 goals in the soccer game, and Anton scored 11 goals. How many more goals did Ben score than Anton? And the last one, Kim grew 12 roses in a garden. Fran grew 6 fewer roses than Kim. Remember that word fewer? And how many roses did Fran grow in the garden? So use what you know, draw your pictures, and I will see you tomorrow for another math lesson.